All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 710 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. And we're getting closer to the holidays, so quick announcement. I will probably be doing another show tomorrow, and that will be talking about Georgia Southern playing Appalachian State, and that'll be it for the week. So if you're looking for any podcast episodes, they won't be up after Wednesday. I'm going to basically take a break. I may do some content on Thursday, Friday, maybe. That's very unlikely. But I will be back on the weekend to talk about the games that we're going to be seeing this weekend. So just giving you guys a heads up. But today, we're going to be talking, the Atlanta Falcons Saints game. We're going to talk about that, give you a little preview of that, give you my thoughts and opinions on that. And also, I want to talk about this mock draft right here. I think this is very, very interesting. They have us once again drafting at number 8, and they have us taking Jayden Daniels from LSU. Really, really interesting. So I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions about those two things. So we'll just go from there. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. If you want to listen to the podcast on those avenues, it's there. I'm also on X or Twitter at VF Baller, and the website is firstandframerates.com. If you want to, basically support the show monetarily, CashApp and PayPal links are below. And let's just go ahead and get straight into it. I don't want to hold you guys up. Look, the Falcons and the Saints. This is going to be for first place in the division. This is like wild. 5-5 Saints playing against the 4 and 6 Atlanta Falcons, and whoever wins this is pretty much take the lead in the division. I do see Atlanta possibly eking this out, and I'm not saying that because I'm a Falcons fan. I just don't see anything where New Orleans actually can come in and beat the Falcons. Now, the thing about that is the only way that the Saints win this game if the the Falcons beat themselves. Basically, this is what's been going on for the past 3 weeks. You look at the Josh Dobbs game, you look at the Kyler Murray game, you look at the what was the other game? The Tennessee Titans game. That's basically what happened. It was a couple of bad calls with the Tennessee Titans games, but we never could get anything going offensively in that game. But the other games was like right there. It was right there in the thick of it until the end. So I don't see New Orleans actually pulling off those type of plays to beat the Falcons. It'll be close. The last couple of games have been close. I think the Saints beat us 27-26 in the beginning of the season last year, and they beat us 21-18 later on in the season. That was actually Desmond Ridder's debut. So it's not going to be anything saying, oh, the Falcons are just going to beat the Saints. I just think this game is just going to be that sloppy to the point where the Falcons are just going to eke this one out. It's kind of like how the last couple of games were anyway. The last couple of games weren't anything special. We should have beat them week 1, and the Falcons beat themselves. And the 21-18 game was pretty much, it was just a sloppy game. It wasn't nothing to stand out or to see. So I don't know if Derek Carr is going to be playing. I think he's injured. I know we've seen plenty of what's the guy's name? Jameis Winston. Seen a lot of him, so we're used to seeing him as Falcons fans. And the only thing Desmond Ridder has to do, and I'm serious, I know this is something that's really not popular to say, or a lot of people don't have faith in it. If Desmond Ridder could just hold on to the ball, just don't turn the ball over, we can win this game. And even if he may can get away with 1 or 2 turnovers, I hate to say it, but it's just going to be that kind of game. I just don't see the Saints being that team that can actually just run away with this game. Now, could that be a possibility? Yes. Any game can happen anyway throughout any Sunday. I just don't see it just based on the way both of these teams have been playing. Both these teams are very mediocre. The only difference is the Falcons are on a 3-game losing streak. It's just even if Saints fans can come in here and be boisterous about this rivalry. And that's what rivals do. But to be honest, neither one of these teams really don't have an edge on each other. They really don't. So it's like, for me, if it was the other way around, the Saints were playing at home I would say the Saints will probably win this one close. Even like I said, the first game of the season last year, we should have won that game, but you saw what happened with the fumble with Marcus Mariota and AJ Terrell just got cooked by Michael Thomas. Speaking of Michael Thomas, he's not going to be playing in this game. You know, I'm actually surprised at that. I think he's going to be out. I'm not sure if he's out for the season, but I know he's out for this game. So Chris Olave is going to be wide receiver 1. So that's is a lot of dynamics going on here, but I just don't see where either team has an edge. I'm just giving the Falcons the edge because they're at home for what that is worth, and I'll see maybe a 3 to 6 point victory. If we're playing in New Orleans, I'll say the same thing: 3 to 6 point victory for the Saints. Like neither one of these teams have an advantage over each other. The way I see, ESPN has us losing this game. They say that the Saints have a 50% chance of winning, and it's almost a push. It's almost 50-50 basically. I mean, it's kind of a runaway. It's almost 57%. But hey, what can you do? You know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean, the Saints maybe, and I think, to be honest, I think this matchup predicted on ESPN is because of our quarterback play. You know, Desmond Ridder is not very reliable at the end of the day. We're gonna be running with him for the rest of the season, and that's gonna be, you know, I'm cool with it. I have no problem with it. I think Desmond Ridder is the best chance for us to win football games, and I think you can win. We're 4-6 now. We got what 7 more games left. I could say you can win maybe 3 or 4 more games with him. I mean, I think that's fair. You could probably win 3 or 4 more games with Desmond Ridder. I just don't have the faith in him to be that guy to go on a run. Like we're gonna win like 5 of our last 7 or something like that, or 6 of our. I just don't see that. But it's a collective game, so I mean the defense has to show up and all this other stuff. So it's a lot going on there, but it does start with the quarterback. It does. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about that, but it does start with the quarterback. Speaking of quarterbacks, let's look at this 2024 mock draft. I'm going to get to number 8 real quick because that's what I really want to talk about. But when we look at the beginning of this draft, Caleb Williams going to the Bears, I don't see that. I mean, but I honestly, I personally think Michael Penix or Bo Nix is the best quarterback in this draft. I don't see Caleb Williams being that guy, but I mean, you just never know. But I do see the Bears possibly taking a quarterback. I think they're just probably, they're phased out on Justin Fields. So I do see that. Also, I see Marvin Harrison going number 2, which is really interesting. And, that's really, really cool because that'll be another great weapon for, what's his name? Kyler Murray. That'll be a great weapon for him. So that'll be cool to see. And at number 3, Drake May, quarterback out of UNC. Another good quarterback a lot of people are talking about. And one of the guys I wouldn't mind going to the Falcons, to be honest with you. Really good pick there. Like the team is checked out on Mac Jones. He's pretty much done. Now at number 4, Brock Bowers going to the Bears. I'm not sure about that. Just because of the fact that they already got a good tight end, and I don't think the Bears run a 2 tight end set. I would be surprised if they do that. It's not a bad pick, but you already have a good tight end there. I just don't know where they're going at with that. So Bo Nix will go to number 5 to the Giants. Has the Giants checked out on what's his name? Because I know he's out for I think he's out for the season with an injury. But they checked out on their quarterback. I'm not sure. I can't remember his name now either. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I wonder if they checked out on him as well. Number 6, Olu Fashanu out of Penn State. That's a really good pick to protect what's his name? Will Levis. That's a pretty good pick. Another edge rusher, Jared Verse out of Florida State. I'm gonna be honest, I think that Commanders fans will be mad about that because I know you just got rid of your 2 edge rushers and then you bring somebody else in. I'm not sure that would be the pick at number 7. There's other pass rushers that you could probably get later. It's for the Commanders. I'm not saying Verse is not worth the pick. It's just that, do this team need that? I would think they'll probably go quarterback. I'm not sure. And this is where the two quarterbacks go back to back, from what they're saying here. Jason McIntyre, anyway. Jayden Daniels and JJ McCarthy, 8 and 9 respectively. Does JJ McCarthy go to Green Bay? I'm not sure if I'll see that either. I think they like Jordan Love. They're going to go with Jordan Love another year. So I'm not sure about that. And who's this number 10? Let me see this at 10. Oh, that's a defensive back out of Iowa. Cooper DeJean, defensive back out. I don't know if they would do that. I'm not sure about that either. But Jayden Daniels at number 8. What do I think about that? And before I get out of here, I'm gonna give you my thoughts and opinions. I have no problem with this pick. Me personally, I would like to have Drake May or Bo Nix. Michael Penix wouldn't be too bad either. I do like Bo Nix a little bit more. I would like Bo Nix to be a Falcons, but Jayden Daniels not bad. 6'4", 200 plus pounds, 210 plus. He can move, he can throw, he can do a little bit of everything. I don't like the fact that he's been running a lot. He got hurt I think got hurt in the Alabama game. So that's something to think about as well. I don't want him to be moving too much. I do want him to escape the pocket, but I don't want him to be a running quarterback. It's just too much risk to be injured. And I know a lot of people are not a fan of that. They want their quarterback to be running, especially Falcons fans with the Michael Vick situation. We still love Vick here. I still love him too. But I just don't. I want our quarterback to be able to move around in the pocket, move around, and throw downfield. I think that'll be awesome look for the Falcons. But I will say this before I get out of here. I'm not sure. I don't want Coach Arthur Smith anywhere near Jayden Daniels. I just don't. I don't believe in Coach Arthur Smith at this point. I'll be severely surprised if Coach Arthur Smith can turn this thing around and make me a believer again. But I just don't see it. And with him, the way that he's handled these last 2 quarterbacks, and in some cases 3, if you want to look at Matt Ryan, it hasn't been really good. And with his track record with quarterbacks when it comes to Ryan Tannehill, I'm not sure if I want Jayden Daniels to be up under that list as well. I would want another coach if Jayden Daniels is here, or at the very least, if Coach Arthur Smith is going to be here, I want to have a different offensive coordinator or a different offensive play caller that can play to this guy's strengths. And because I'm not sure if Coach Arthur Smith is really doing that with Desmond Ridder. He's shown flashes, but overall, there's been situations where they kind of set Desmond Ridder up to fail, in my opinion. I did an episode about that as well earlier I think it was last month or earlier this month, I talked about them setting Desmond up to fail, and don't need Jayden Daniels to go through that. But that's the mock draft. They got Jayden Daniels going number 8. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to slide out of here. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think about the pregame of the Falcons playing the Saints. And what do you guys think about Jason McIntyre's 2024 mock draft? What do you think about that? I'm kind of interested in what you guys think about this top 10 as of right now. Jayden Daniels going to the Falcons is not a bad look. I'd rather have Bo Nix, but Jayden Daniels, I can live with that. And I'm not sure about these other ones. Brock Bowers to the Bears, no. JJ McCarthy to the Packers, I don't see that either. Jared Verse, defensive edge to the Commanders. I think they probably would try to go quarterback there as well. So it's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft. I mean, I don't think you can miss. You got about maybe 8 quarterbacks that's going to be worth going for. Like, you got to look at this draft right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks in the top 10. So that just goes to show you. And you got maybe like 3 or 4 more that's coming behind them to actually make something happen. So I want to get up out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys on the next one. Y'all take it easy, and y'all be blessed. Peace.